Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. So we have another 7 to 10 day prediction today, guys. I think I'm going to be pulling from different decks. That's why I don't have deck options in front of us. The pile number 1 is on your left, pile number 4 is on your right. Take a moment, meditate. There are no objects for a reason. In case you'll be asking, I'm challenging your intuition. You got this. Stop the video if you need some more time, and I'll catch you in timestamps. Hey pile number 1, how are you doing, guys? I hope everyone is good. I'm just shuffling some cards. I decided to pull from the Urban Tarot. And let's see what is up the next week, week and a half. What's going to be important the next week for you? That's the question I want to ask. All right. Okay, this one showed itself for the next question. That's going to be what might be challenging for you or something that you might need to overcome. What's going to make you happy? And I want to swap to the Triple Goddess Tarot and ask a question. Who's going to be an important person for you? Important persona. Okay, 2 cards came out. I want the third one. A bit more info. And let's pull from the Magic of your Oracle to see what you're going to be clearing the next week, week and a half. Let's let gravity do the work. And let's start from here. Okay, so we have Minimus, commune with the source. Let's take a look at your main energy here with Super Lunaris Tarot. All right. Okay, so what you have here, you have the 5 of Cups as well as the Minimus card, commune with the source. Now, you know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing someone seeking for answers. Not from the 3D. Sorry, I'm just going to open it up. There was sunlight before. It was a bit too bright, but I think we can come back to this. You're not seeking for answers from people around you. You're seeking for answers deep within. So the next week, week and a half, it seems like you're going to be digging really deep into what it is that's making you feel sad sometimes. What it is that you feel like you don't have enough of. And this is very emotional. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people dived deep into their own emotional journey and see what's lacking where, what triggers them sometimes. But it doesn't feel as triggering here. It feels almost like someone sat down to just take a minute to spend some more time with themselves and understand why they're feeling like something went wrong or there is not enough of something emotionally. Maybe lack of love, lack of acknowledgement or attention. You know, why is this? And that's when we have the Minimus card, commune with the source. A lot of people will want to find a direct link, direct contact. And I'm seeing a beam of light going from top of your head, from the crown chakra, to the source, God, universe, however you want to call it. And it's almost like it's going to be a bit of a meditative, but also like a trance state where you're just going to be, I'm seeing someone having a lot of visions and sensations and feelings at the same time. Once they put it together, it makes sense. At that time, when they're in that state, not everything might make sense. But that's what happens when you communicate to the higher realms. It's not that you have a straightforward answer. It's very poetic. Maybe the answer that you're asking for is going to be answered with another question. Right? And it makes you think, because this is for you to figure out, right? If we got straightforward messages from our spirit guides, God, universe, angels, whatever you believe in or you're closest with, ancestors, right? where are our lessons then if we get in that information straight away and very direct? Yes, you're gonna get that job. Yes, do this. Yes, you're gonna get married by 2025, right? I mean, it doesn't work like that. So that's why I like to see even these colors, because it's very mystical. It's very deep. It's like a storm is about to brew, but that storm is going to clear everything and wash away everything that is old. And it's almost like this feeling of revival that I'm seeing here, renewal, but in the best way possible. You know what I'm smelling now? If you remember, when you go to the forest after it rained, that's how it smells. That fresh air, you can almost like smell life, you know, in the air. That's how it feels like to me here. I do want to run through the minimalist card here and see what else we can pick up. So let me get a book, because I love the descriptions of these cards. Let's get to card 17. It says, nature holds all the answers. The wisest witch knows her questions will be answered when she dives into the natural world without reservation. So some of you are doing it in nature, right? A bit like that guy sitting at the shore, you know, doesn't have to be that scenario, but it's somewhere where you feel, I want to say, grounded, and you feel secure. Like the girl of Minimus, who is fused with the forest, it is your time to merge with the source. Drop your stuff, your attachments, and be one with nature. It's time to recommune with the raw, authentic self that was you when you were sparked into this existence, and what you will be when you transition into the next plane of existence. Minimus dips her fingers into the well of universal inspiration. This is a card of meditation. There is also a flip interpretation. Is she retreating or emerging? If this card is drawn during a period of solitude, it is a prompt that it is now time to emerge from the dark, restorative forest into the sunlight to share your radiance. And conversely, if it is drawn during a time of intense activity and visibility, it is time to retreat to the shadows. I love this vibe. Interestingly, the music that I decided to play in the background today, it's called Spiritual Detox, and here we go. We have the first pile that's vibing with it, and even the music itself is very mysterious. Let me volume this up for you. Right? It's like it brings me down to the core of the earth, literally. You know, so if anyone wants to listen to this meditation, it's called Spiritual Detox, Remove Toxins and Negative Thoughts, Mandala Meditation Music. And the channel is called Meditative Mind. Just to put it out there. Let me have a sip of coffee and let's continue. I love deep reads like that. All right. Let's take a look at other things here. You have the Power, which is the Four of Pentacles in this deck. You have the Queen of Wands as something that might be a challenge for you. And what you're going to be happy about, you have the Five of Swords. Okay, awesome. I want to clarify with Game of Thrones Tarot, I believe. Nope, that one. Okay. You're gonna be happy about. Let's clarify the Four of Pentacles here. Let's see. We have the Ace of Needles, which is the Ace of Swords. Literally, someone is getting some, like a quick idea, like a light bulb moment, and I believe it's gonna come after this state that you'll be in. A light bulb moment about what can I do to keep this going, or to still keep this, whatever it is that you feel like it's very important to you. But maybe whatever it is that you don't want to leave behind, or you want to keep carrying with yourself, it's gonna be transforming. I see a bit of a different approach to either how you do things or how you see that thing, person, object, even house for some of you I'm seeing that you want to keep holding on to. But overall, you have quite a solid ground. But I think why you have a solid ground the next week and you're really happy about it, it's because you went through this phase that we talked about. And there is the reason that we have the Earth card here, very closely connected to nature, and what you're happy about is grounding. Literally, it's the 4. And Pentacles are very grounding too, right? So I do believe if some of you have been out of it lately, you're gonna find yourself a bit more peaceful, more calm, and I wouldn't be surprised if some people found a new way of grounding themselves that works for them. Maybe it's something unique. Maybe some of you are dealing with your home environment, and at one point you are like, oh, you know, I don't like the situation, or I wish it could be different, but here's that idea. But that idea will come again from you diving deep. So I'd really encourage pile number 1 to do that the next week if you feel like you're drawn to it, okay? You're not, I don't believe that for pile number 1 you're gonna be able to multitask too much the next week, because it feels like you're gonna have to take it slower, either in your head, either when it comes to task management, because your challenge is the Queen of Wands. So you might lack those traits of Queen of Wands, where she she goes and she does stuff. She might be moving around, traveling, exploring places, finding passion in little things. The next week and a half is about grounded energy. You'll get back there when the time will be right. But it's saying the Queen of Wands energy isn't going to be something that will be there with you for at least, I'd say, 4 days. And it's necessary for you, because some of you are a bit floaty. You have to come back to the core. Okay? Come back to your own core. Almost like zero yourself. That's needed. A clean slate. Let's recharge. Let's keep on moving. Let's clarify the 5 of Swords here. What you happy about? The Empress. I want to see that you didn't give up, especially on yourself. There's something very emotional here. Okay, 2 cards want to come up. We have the World. And we have the 3 of Candles. So we have 2 3s here. Number 3 might be important for you guys. You know what you're happy about? That you were able to... It's like you found some type of tactics that works for you. Especially if you felt like you've been in conflict, or if you will be in conflicted situation, you're gonna find a way out of it. And you know why? Because it's... I'm hearing been there, done that before already. So I know how to navigate my life around situations like that. Say if there was some type of argument with someone else, or conflict in your head, you're like, okay, let's sit down. Let's see what is the best way. You're gonna want to be, I think some of you might be practicing different ways of being still, or being present, or being grounded. And it feels a bit like a game to you, because you're testing this out and you're like, oh, that works for me, that doesn't. It's to do with your routine and your lifestyle, how it was before and how you want to change it up for yourself in the future, so you can continue being this Empress or the Emperor, regardless of your sex, right? Watching this. I'm seeing some people staying home a little bit more, or you're gonna want to stay home even after work for longer, because you will need that space and you'll need that time for yourself. For some of you, someone is practicing some type of ritual or something like that, but it's very personal to themselves. I'm also seeing someone who puts up a reminder on the wall or somewhere in their home about something that they're working on or they're trying to get better at. Like a poster, you know, a reminder. Okay, every time I feel like it, I have a reminder there. Let me, almost like I'm seeing, let me upgrade my software. There's gonna be, I'm seeing two parts of the week. One part of the week feels like you meh. The other part of the week feels like you got it all with the World and the Empress. So a bit like I refer to that storm, right? What happens before the storm, during the storm, and after the storm. Some of you, I'm seeing there's something to do with clothes. I'm not gonna get into this too much, but maybe you taking care of yourself a bit more. You feel like you want to dress up differently. Some of you maybe are into fashion, or you're going to be sewing something. I don't know what it is about exactly for all of you, but you're like, I want to take care of myself more. Okay, let's take a look at the important person here. Who is the important person for you the next week, week and a half? You have the 8 of Cups, you have the 7 of Pentacles, and you have the High Priestess. Whoever this is someone who's super intuitive, someone who's very connected, someone who might be into meditation. I'm seeing someone who would probably be observing shadows. They would see that, orbs. They can feel the spirit. And for a lot of you, it seems like this person might want to spend a bit more time on their own, whoever this is for you in your life, because they're going to be working on peace as well as patience. So I don't know how it's connected to you specifically, because there's a lot of people watching this, but someone will have to retreat and take some more time to do things that they got to do for themselves. Let's see. Why is this person going to be important for you the next week, week and a half? Why is this person going to be important for you week and a half? It seems like you're going to be really happy for them that they decided to do this. It's like someone is going to dive into their own spirituality, and you're going to be their own soul, I want to say, and you're going to be really happy for them. You're going to be like, yes, let's get this done. For some of you, you might receive a gift from this person, or some type of, it doesn't have to be a physical gift. It can be words, it can be their time, whatever this is, but there is a nice exchange here. But the scenario that I'm picking up, someone's gonna retreat to their own soul and try and explore what they have in themselves, and someone else is rooting for them. They're like, yes, go ahead and do this, you know, go do you. So maybe for some of you, this can be flipped. Maybe this is gonna be you who will be important in someone's life, where they're gonna be rooting for you, saying, yeah, go and do that, go and explore this part of yourself. And you're gonna uncover a lot of gifts, abilities, and things that you haven't maybe seen before. But there is a strong sense of support here. Yeah, because someone has to see what wasn't seen before, what wasn't noticed before, something that was hidden from them, information, maybe something wasn't said. And this person, whoever they are, they have to uncover it themselves in order to heal themselves and to start fresh, to end that chapter because it's difficult, and to start a new one. Yeah, but they're coming out of it stronger. I just make sure that whoever this person is, due to the past experiences, that they don't come out of it with a closed heart. Okay? Or during that time, they have to have their heart completely open. Because when you look at this Knight of Swords here, look at his armor, especially on the heart. Very protective energy, right? So maybe someone's going to figure something out, or they will be shown something or told something that is going to want them to retreat and kind of be like, oh shoot, you know, I'm going to close myself off. And I think the challenge here is, how can I be open, compassionate, but have my boundaries very straight and very strong without building massive walls up. This is a big learning week, and it feels really powerful for me here. Let me see how you're going to feel after, what's going to be cleared after this experience for you. We have Mosaic, let chance play its creative role in life. Yeah, it seems like, you see, someone is literally removing that mask over here and becoming a bit of a new version of themselves. But this is something that they wear in the core, okay? So any outside layers are being shattered in order for someone to know who they are. And creativity is part of it, because creativity is closely connected to intuition. And when we are creative, especially when I started talking about, you know, in the beginning here, about that guy sitting on the shore and kind of, you know, comprehending everything and trying to get sensations and images, you know, as answers and putting them down. That's how Mosaic talks to me here, where someone has figured out what visions they were shown and what they mean, because visions are creative. I hope I'm making sense here. In order for you to get the messages, you got to be very open-minded and to take everything a bit like, be curious like a kid. And the creativity is going to help out pile number one to overcome everything that might be thrown at them the next week. This is happening for their own good. This card wants to come out. What is this? Queen of Presents. Here you go. I love that. You're going to be rewarded for this is saying, okay? If you're going to allow a chance to play its creative role in your life, meaning not to be too stubborn or hold on to something that isn't good for you, or my way or highway type of situation, you're going to be awarded the next week and a half. I do hope that this made sense. This was quite a deep read, but hopefully this is helpful for someone out there. Tribe, thank you for coming back. Love you as always. I'll catch you soon. Hey Tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 2, let's take a look at your read. Okay. What's going to be important for you the next week and a half? Where does the focus lie, please? I'm using the Urban Tarot deck. This is the Super Lunaris Tarot. It's going to be a challenge for you the next week and a half. And what you're going to be happy about. What you're going to be happy about. Okay. Now let's take a look at the important person for you the next week. This can be any type of relationship. Important person for you the next week. I want 3 cards. And what is it that you're going to be working towards? What you're going to be sorting out? Pile 2. Okay, so let's start with that. We have the Opulence card. It says it's time to lead. So obviously leadership skills will be very important for you the next week, week and a half. You have Judgment here. Here you go. Putting these two together, what I'm sensing, it seems like you're gonna have to step up your game. Would it be spiritual? Would it be in your work, in your relationships? Okay, I gotta step up my game. And with that, there might be a lot of different scenarios. How do I do this? What's missing? Why do I have to step it up? But it feels like it's time for I'm hearing wake up. Wake up. For some of you, it's saying wake up. You have very strong abilities of leadership skills. Believe in yourself more. Let's wake up, right? For others of you, it's connected to your spiritual path. So you might have that aha moment, that awakening here where you're going to be like, oh, another upgrade. Let's go. It seems like for some of you, you're going to be called somewhere. And wherever you're going to be called, it's like the Spirit has been nudging you about it for a while. This can be a thing, this can be a project, this can be a person, this can be an idea. For a lot of you, it's going to be a different thing. But your Spirit has been nudging you about that for a while. It kept lingering in your mind, and maybe you kept thinking about it from time to time. Should I do this? I feel like I should go there, or I feel like I should do this. And I think the next week, week and a half is going to be your time, if it hasn't started just yet. Awesome. I feel like we might read this card from the book, the Opulence card, because I did it for the pile 1. Let me see what I put the book. Here we go. It says, there is a great wisdom in going with life's flow and choosing battles, conflicts, and accepting change wisely and peacefully. There is also a time to assert your authority and trust your wisdom and leadership skills. People and situations are now looking to you for guidance. Wear your success and assets proudly. They are well earned. It's time to be a light so that others may follow. The girl of opulence wears the lavish golden crown of leadership. It emits a radiant glow and signifies spiritual enlightenment. It goes very well with judgment, right? As well as earthly accomplishment. Being in an exalted position gives you the opportunity to be a wise leader and help others, much like happiness is only real when shared, and being exalted only meaningful when it helps others. You're on the mission, pile number 2. Whatever this mission is, sometimes when I say a mission, people say, oh, this has to be big. It doesn't have to be that big. People might create scenarios in their head. Sometimes a mission for the week might be just taking care of someone who is not as capable of taking care of themselves. Or looking after your child more intensely because they need that energy from you. They need that care from you, right? Or for some of you, this is going to be the work that you do, the mission that you're already on, helping others to see that light that you saw. And it seems like for a lot of you, don't be surprised if people will be coming your way, or you're going to be getting messages that are going to resonate with you, because people will be going through similar things that you have gone through before, and therefore they might need your insight or advice. So when it comes to connections to people, I'm seeing a lot of synchronicities, to the events in life. I've been through this too. Oh, really? It happened to you too? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be very powerful in a way where you'll understand that we're all in this together. And Soul Tribe members will be coming in. Amazing. I like this pile a lot. Let me get myself a bit more comfortable, have a sip of coffee, and let's continue. All right. What's most important for you the next week, week and a half? We have the Painter, which is interesting because it's the Queen of Swords in this deck, right? All right, what is the most important thing for you the next week and a half? You're in a zone. And look, what's interesting, this is the stage of wonder, at least for me. What's interesting, she is looking that way. The opulence card is looking that way. The judgment card is looking that way too. All of these women are looking towards, seems like, the future. But in a very present state. That's why I like it. Because sometimes when people keep looking at the future, they forget to live now. But here it seems very peaceful. And I'm sensing that someone's going to get a very strong sensation, intuitive message that's going to show itself and come to fruition a couple of days later. So you might get that intuitive hint where you're going to be like, oh, I really feel like this is going to happen, or I really feel like this is it. And it's going to be it. So the next week for you guys, it seems like you're very psychic. I'd say write things down. What I used to do, maybe this is interesting for some of you. What I used to do when I started getting those things where I just kind of predict my future event, you know, I'd write it down on the app called Journal. I believe it's a blue app. It's called Journal. And it's awesome. You can hashtag there, you can attach pictures there, you can search your notes. It's just comfortable. It's very comfortable and it's very easy to use. And every time I would have a note about prediction, I would just hashtag it prediction, and after some time come back to it and see how that tied into my life events. Maybe that's something that some of you will want to do. But creativity is important here, you know, and somehow what I'm seeing with this Queen of Swords, we have both sides of you. One side is super logical and you're equally in between the two, and the other one is very creative. And somehow the next week you're going to put those two together, this knowledge and creativity, and it's going to work for you perfectly. And it's, again, being in a balanced state, using a bit of both energies, right? So that's what I like. What are you going to be happy about? We have 4 of Cups. Ooh, I like this for you. Things that used to make you feel sad or used to make you feel like, oh, this feel like meh, you're gonna be very peaceful whenever this time comes, because we have that during the day, right? Sometimes when we're like, oh, this is a bit much, maybe I should take a minute for myself. So how you used to react to this before and how you're going to be reacting to it the next week you're going to be pretty happy about having a time off, but more so like approaching those moments of meh a bit differently. You finding peace and making peace with feeling shit sometimes, and you're okay with that, where maybe before you were blaming yourself for feeling a certain way. So maybe you're gonna come across someone online, or you're gonna read something, or you'll see a video about something where you're gonna be like, I don't have to feel good all the time. Why was I pressuring myself, my whole life to feel good and to be at the top of my game? Maybe it's connected to social media somehow, where you're going to be like, honestly, everyone has difficult days and life is not as on Insta pictures. It's going to be that moment, where you're going to be okay with not being okay. And this is a powerful place to be. Maybe that's connected to that judgment, how you used to judge yourself and how you're going to decide not to do it anymore in the future. And you're going to be like, yeah, you know what? I haven't tidied up today. The whole room is messy. So what? Watching Netflix. I need these 2 hours or whatever the time, because I know I'm going to come back to my game, right? So that's the energy that I'm getting here. And it goes for those specifically who've been, pushing themselves too much or feeling guilty. That feeling of guilt. That's something that's going to be worked on here. And maybe for some of you, you're going to want to share about this with others to help them out too. Yep. Remember, this is your challenge card. What's going to be challenging for you? And this is a victory card. How do I see victory? So the next week, it seems like you're going to be, you'll encounter a situation where you won't be as victorious in front of your own eyes at something. And that's where the lesson starts, right? How do I see the situation? I wanted this to be best. I wanted this to be 100%, but it didn't happen that way. So now how I'm going to react to this? And I think it ties in perfectly to what we talked about before here. Six of Wands being in the challenge position just kind of describes everything. What if you don't win? What do you do then? Do you decide to, go to the corner and cry? Or are you like, all right, not my time, let's move on. Maybe not my thing, not my time. Maybe it's meant to be that way. Let me dig deeper and see what it is with judgment that I need to take from this. And somehow failure is very connected to your successes here. Because don't forget, you have the opulence card. It's time to lead. Leaders had to fail and explore different ways, tactics, structure, I don't know, whatever this is to you, until they got to the point where they were like, listen, been there, that didn't work out. Done this, failed in that, got up, and that's how I sorted it out. That's what kind of energy I'm getting here. If you tend to be in this, emotional state sometimes where you're like, another challenge, really? Maybe you don't see the bigger picture, because those will be needed for you in the future. You're working on your leadership skills. You're probably going to be visible, or you're going to be really important for people around you, and you will need to get that knowledge. How knowledge comes? Through experiences, going through shit and all of that stuff, right? Awesome. Okay, let's move on. Important person. We have the moon. We have Three of... Interesting. We have that Three of Wands, I think, in pile 1 in similar position. And the Knight of Pentacles. You're gonna laugh at some of you. Literally, what I heard, the important person is lagging. So maybe you're waiting for someone or something to happen with a specific person, and they are lagging. And the moon tells me that it has to happen that way. You don't see a bigger picture. This is so annoying for some of you, isn't it? I get you. But whoever the important person is, this is someone who has a lot of patience, and they don't rush. And that's where the knowledge comes from. That's where their knowledge comes from, because they don't rush. They've learned how not to rush. Almost like steady wins the race. Okay, tell me more. Clarify the moon here. Eight of Cups and a big ass moon as well here. Something's gonna happen around the moon, around the time of the moon. So maybe full moon. Let's see what is gonna happen. Tell me more. Queen of Wands. I want to say for some of you, very specific, so that's not for all of you. Someone's gonna find a message that had to be secret, or someone wants to send a message from their heart, something that wasn't said. That's what I'm getting. But important person. Did anyone walk out of your life, or you did recently? Because that's what's going to be important in the next week and a half. But what I want to say, what's important is finding closure and peace. And messages somehow are very connected to this. I left, and am I moving on, or is something unfinished? That's what I'm picking up here. Starting new. It can be any kind of connection here, right? Someone who kind of decided to distance themselves. They're like, kind of gotta go, you know, or don't want to spend as much time. There's a reason behind that, but it seems like someone wants a fresh start or a new connection, a relationship, friendship, you know, finding family members in friends, literally. So that can be anything, but someone wants to start new. And this is a big lesson, I think, that you've been going through. At one point you are like, I don't know where this is going to take me, where this connection is going to take me. Why is it happening that way? And I think for a lot of you, something or someone was nudging you to go. Open, the gate is open, I'm here, and the gate is now open, you can go. So I don't know where you're going, but it seems like towards a new start, a restart. Look at those moons here. 1, 2, 3 big moons. I want to see someone's wish is coming true here. Someone's wish is coming true, and it's connected to travel or movement of some sorts. I'm not going to be overly specific here. I'm going to leave it there for you guys, but it seems like you're going to be like, yes, that's what I wanted. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. Let's see, towards the end of this week and a half, what you will have learned already. What you will have learned and you're going to be pretty happy about. Okay, detox, here you go. I like that. And you know, the music that I decided to play here today, I'm going to show you. It's called, one second, bear with me. It's called Spiritual Detox. So maybe some of you want to listen to this and maybe meditate and do your thing. But yeah, it seems like, look, you're getting rid of stuff here. You're like, I don't need this, I don't need that. I think for some of you, maybe you're gonna actually be, you know, it doesn't have to be a whole scenario where you had to detox from certain situation, person, whatever. It can be as simple as, you know, paying attention to what you put in your body. And this doesn't only have to be food, it can be your thoughts. How do I talk to myself? We talked about this before with the Four of Cups, right? How do I talk to myself? Where do I decide to stay and for how long? Look at this woman over here. She's like, thank F I left. And when she was leaving, she even left some things behind. She's like, I don't need anything, I just need to go. Right? I need to leave. And it's interesting, we have this card that kind of ties in for me here. Someone is going down the stairs, you know, so I kind of see the whole picture of a movie, almost like, let me explore, let me see, can I go? And then we have the 8 of Cups here, and here we have a gate opening. So it literally seems like someone's going, and there's some type of connection here to messages. That's how I'm seeing this Knight, sending a message. So maybe someone's going to get a message about something that they have to go. And it doesn't have to be this, you know, dramatic situation where someone's leaving a relationship. It can be as simple as someone's going to offer something, and whoever this person is, if they didn't like being in that situation or place anymore, they're like, yes, this is my lucky break. I have a new offer. Let's go. Let's pack the bags, right? Overall, what you're ending with here is a detox card. You're cleansing and restoring yourself. And it seems like it's to do with some type of end of a chapter. So, tribe, thank you for coming back. Love you as always. Hopefully it's helpful. And I'll catch you soon. Hey, Pile 3 people. So we're going to pull from other decks and let's see what is happening with you. Okay. Let's see, what is the focus for the next week, week and a half, whenever you come across this video? What is the focus? What is the challenge? What is the challenge? And what are you going to be happy about? What are you going to be happy about? Now let's take a look at the person who's going to be the most influential the next week, week and a half. And I want 3 cards for that. All right. Now we're gonna see what's gonna be happening with you on the emotional level, or what you're gonna be focused on, figuring out, etc. Let's let gravity do the work. And let's start with this. We have resilience, burn away the past. Okay, this is the good start. I like that for you. Let's take a look at this energy here. You have, nice, you know, endings, beginnings. We like that here. For a lot of you, it seems like you're gonna be somehow finding peace with past events here. Who you were before and who you're becoming in the future. And that's gonna allow you guys to start fresh. You're literally finding peace in something that has ended, a chapter that has ended in your life. So maybe now you're living a bit differently, and maybe you kept looking back, you know? You kept looking back, and the next week, week and a half, you're gonna be like, nah, I don't need to look back anymore. This is a new me, this is a new thing, that's what I'm doing now. And the past experiences are lessons, and it's not holding me back. So maybe for some of you, diving deep into your emotional state. For others of you, maybe you're just understanding. I like that because 2 and 7 comes up to 9. 9 is a very magical number, at least to me. And it seems like your endeavors, I want to say your endeavors will be blessed. That's something that's coming through here for me. But let's continue. What's the focus point? Okay, we have ace after an ace here. So I like that a lot. You're finding a spark. So for those who maybe have been drained of energy, and there's a lot of fire here if you've noticed. Fire is going to be important. Maybe you're working with fire, maybe you're going to be, I don't know, doing a bonfire, whatever the case, you know, it can be only a candle that's going to be important in this process, or fire like a reference, metaphor. But you're finding a new spark, and those who were drained in energy, it seems like you're getting your energy back. You're getting your energy back, a new spark is lit inside of you, and it's like, I can't wait for this to happen. I can't wait for this to start. Let's go. That's what kind of energy I'm seeing here. What you're going to be happy about? 7 of Swords, you're going to be happy about discovering something about yourself or the other person or situation that you haven't seen before. You're like, oh, damn, right, now I see it. And it might happen around the full moon, somewhere around that time, not necessarily, but maybe a favorite moon phase of yours, the one that you feel most maybe changes in. Because I know that some people find themselves feeling a certain way on a new moon, and the others during the full moon, you know, and one of these are most important for people. So just see how that goes. Maybe you need to find something out. The moon here, I don't know, but basically why this big ass moon is here, because the shine will be, it's almost like the light's being shined on something that you haven't acknowledged or incorporated in your life just yet. I want to dive a bit deeper into this and see what that is. What you're gonna be happy about. I want to see also someone's returning something that's yours. Okay, 2 cards. What did I say? Look at that key. She's offering that key. She's like, come over. I'm gonna show you something. This is exactly how I see this card every time it pops up. Come over, I'm gonna show you something. Now, if we read these cards like a scenario, like a movie scene. It seems like this is the same woman. She decides to walk after these people and to sneak behind them in order to get in their house. And she discovers something there. And she's like, look what I found. So this is metaphorical. Look what I found. I'm pretty happy with what I found. A key to something. You know, I can now open a door and also let other people walk through that door as well. And afterwards, we have the Knight of Cups. This is very closely connected to your abilities or talents of some sorts. Look at the energy she holds in her arms, in her hands. And butterflies coming out of it. So this is massive transformative energy here. I figured something out that I didn't see before. Now I'm holding that key, and with that key I'm able to spread more peace or transformation for others. What is the challenge? Choices or being quite busy. So this is one or the other. You might find yourself busy juggling, you know, two things at once. A lot of things need attention the next week and a half. I'd say prioritize your time. Make sure you don't leave yourself behind. Make sure you spend enough time for rejuvenation. But overall, it seems like, you know, we have two aces and we have the Two of Pentacles. For me, it says that you're going to be juggling two new projects or two new things. Maybe even some of you, you know, that new project, how I'm seeing it here, it might be a child and something else that you're trying to take care of. Whatever the case, your challenge will be busyness, you know. So this is saying maybe slow down, maybe prioritize a bit differently. Don't rush. Don't rush and allow yourself to process everything that's going to be happening, because there will be a lot of new energy walking in your life the next week and a half, and you will probably need to take a minute to sit down and think things through. Who is the important person for you the next week and a half? You have the Emperor, you have the Page of Coins, and you have the Sun. Whoever this is for some of you, this might be a father figure, for some of you a boss. But regardless of what kind of relationship this is, it seems like there is someone shining a light on what's, again, shining a light on things. You're gonna be given a message. For some of you, it might be coming from your child as well. So observe your children, because how they react to certain things, right? If you're trying to figure out what's wrong with your child, pay attention to how they react to certain things. You're going to be given signs, even if they can't talk just yet. But whatever the case, a message is coming through here that's going to bring you clarity from that person. This is someone who has a very strong masculine energy. Now remember, we have both. This person tends to hold a lot of structure, organization in their life. They know exactly where they're going, they know what to do, they're really good at their craft, at their career, and they hold a lot of knowledge. And the message is being sent here where maybe even to them, that's gonna somehow affect your life. And there's going to be a moment of happiness, you know, oof, look what I've got, look what they've been told. Let's see, why is this person influential? How are they influential? What's going to happen? It's all about shining that light. I mean, come on, we have the Hermit here. Someone is showing someone a path. Let me guide you through this path. Let me help you out. Let me show you what I know, what I found in my life. And what I found is somehow connected to abundance. Someone is discovering abundance here. And it can be this person and they somehow influence you in that way. For others of you, this can be flipped, vice versa. Maybe you are the one who knows now you know, what abundance is to you, and maybe what was the blockage of abundance before, where it was coming from. And now there is the moment of clarity. Why? Maybe when you're burning away the past, maybe when you're diving deep into the past to figure out why things happen the way they happen, you're going to find some kind of connection here. How did I approach money? I'm talking purely about money now when it comes to abundance. How did I see money before? And what kind of relationship I had with my money? And how past influences my vision. right? Is it helpful or is it not? But abundance can be anything. You know, the sun is here. There is happiness that's going to be caused by the other person, which I like seeing here for you. Because someone has been through thick and thin. Someone has visited, you know, dark places, and they know now how to be a better version of themselves. Again, we see birds here. I'm telling you, there's a message coming through from the other person. Someone who has taken time to soul search. Someone who might be quite spiritual, but there's duality to them. There's one part of them where they're very structured, they're very straight to the point, probably really good at business. And the other side of them is very spiritual, where they're like, I know how to juggle both of them. And now I implemented these two energies in my life. I'm in the middle, I'm balanced. I'm going to show you how to do that yourself. Or maybe this is you doing that to someone. Ooh, interesting. Let's see, towards the end of the week, week and a half, what will you have learned or became better at? We have panacea. It says there is a solution for every problem. Here you go. It seems like someone thought in the past that there was some type of a cord or something was holding them back. But since they dive in deep, they realize that the knot is really loose. You don't even need to bend over to untie yourself. All you have to do is to shake your head, shake your leg, and it's gone. And what I like, we can see part of a snake here. And snake for me is, you know, almost like shedding the skin, but at the same time is very healing. It's, for me, every time I see a snake, it's almost like a medicine, you know. So what you're healing is some type of a cord, maybe cutting it off, and understanding a belief system that didn't help you to move and to progress with your life. And number 5, 2 and 3 is telling you that this is about to change. We gotta keep moving. This is about to change. Let's read about this card. In other piles, I read the main card, but for you, I want to read the panacea card. Let's see what else it says. It says, when a situation, person, or thing appears to tie you down and hold you back, at the same time, there is the blessing of an opportunity for a solution and rebirth of the situation. The maiden of the card floats along, her feet not even touching the ground. This image conveys the day-to-day events in the grand scheme of her life are not holding her down or back. The rope and the rock on the foot might slow her, but the snake, the ancient symbol of the goddess, on her other is simultaneously rebirthing her. When panacea appears, allow a situation to transform and rebirth. In fact, expect it to. Why don't you just reach down and you untie the knot yourself? Is it loose? Why are you slow to relinquish the sense of being weighted down? Why are you holding back your own magnificence? When we feel circumstances are limiting us, we should consider that maybe we are fearful of change, of being all that we could be. We talked about this, right? Different type of belief system. This card also represents the proven limitations of the patriarchal system and mindset, and how the goddess is surely rising as the snake-clad foot floats higher. Rise above petty squabbles and situations that would see the divine feminine suppressed. Honor the divine feminine in your life. The indigo blue flowers speak of eternal wisdom. The wisdom of child is born with the wisdom a child is born with and then forgets. I'm laughing because we talked about children. Simplify things. Remember, you were born knowing. Let your life grow. It is time to let go of your fears and explore the next adventure. Yep, and I think that's what you're doing. Burning away the past, who I was before and who I am, rebirthing to be. This is gonna be the main energy, which I really like seeing here for you guys. Tribe, thank you for coming back. Hope this is helpful. I'll catch you soon. Hey Tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 4, I'm gonna be using different decks, guys, here. I think for you I want the Game of Thrones tarot. Okay, let's see. And we're going to be asking a couple of questions. So the first question I want to ask, what is going to be your focus the next week, week and a half? Where will your focus lie? Then what is going to be your challenge the next week, week and a half? All right. What you're going to be happy about? And my throat is acting funny in pile number 4. Throat chakra, anyone? Something's coming through with thyroids here, so I don't know if some of you are looking into that. Now let's take a look at the important person the next week, week and a half. Yeah, something about thyroids and hormones here that I'm picking up. You know yourself better, so you probably know what this is. An important person the next week, week and a half. I want 3 cards for that. All right. And let's take a look at what you're going to be dealing with, what you're going to be learning. And I'm using the Magic of You Oracle. All right, so let's start with that. We've got Euphoria, Honor Yourself, which I like seeing here. Let's take a look at what is the Superluminary saying. Okay, literally, honoring yourself. Take a look at these 2 cards, right? I love this card, representation of this card. This is all about you taking more care of yourself, and maybe that's why I started talking about your, you know, your body first. I didn't want to say it's energetic as much as it felt physical, and at one point I felt a bit of a tingling sensation in my right leg, especially the foot area. So I'd say a lot of you are taking care of your bodies here. You want to honor yourself, honor your temple, and that's great. I love seeing that for you. You're finding beauty in yourself, and you want to celebrate yourself. That's what's coming through here. Maybe after a difficult event, for some of you, this is finally your time to find your way back to yourself. For others of you, just going to feel much more uplifted, and you'll want to give yourself a bit more care maybe than the last couple of weeks. So let's see what else we got here. Okay, your focus, pile number 4. You have the 5 of Swords. It seems like someone is sitting here after they've lost the battle, it seems like, right? So maybe in the past you were very focused on winning, or very focused on being, I want to say, on a good side, on the best side, but sometimes maybe it seems like you're going to be realizing that it's not always the case, and we just have to let things go. Instead of fighting for something that just doesn't happen. That's the feeling that I'm getting here. So if that's not your message, you know, kind of filter the messages out. But it seems like someone was trying so hard for something to happen, and they finally realizing that maybe there is another way about this, or they shouldn't keep pushing. I want to pull more cards for this scenario to see what it is. We see, we have Swords, throat area. It's about communication, it's about expressing yourself fully. You have the 10 of Coins. It gives me a feeling someone is going to be contemplating what I deserve and what I receive, especially when it comes to family matters. Your family is going to be important next week, week and a half. And the 6 of Spears, you see, this is about winning. Okay, see what I'm getting here. Bottom of the deck is we have the Magician. At one point the next week, week and a half, you might think that you've lost something, or you were in the, you didn't get something, but truly you're gonna end up being the winner because of something that you don't get. So at first you might be feeling like, oh, damn it, meh, you know, but afterwards you're gonna figure something out, or you're gonna find information where you're gonna be like, damn, it's so good I didn't get that. See where I'm trying to get here? For all of you, this is gonna be different scenarios. I'm not gonna try and describe it precisely, but it's almost like I lost the battle, but truly did I? Because it seems like I'm on the winning end. So I'd say be careful how you look at situations the next week, particularly when you think that you had something taken away from you. Would it be power? Would it be an argument that you've lost? Whatever the case here, because you're coming out of the winning end. In the end, okay? What are you going to be happy about? 9 of Cups. This is a happy pile. I love seeing that. But the way that I'm seeing this 9 of Cups, I'm looking at those books behind this guy and these 2 books over here. You're going to be happy about your knowledge. You're going to be happy about the practices that you decided to take on, your work, and your wisdom. That's the way I'm seeing the 9 of Cups in this deck every time. Something that you were interested in is going to bring you some type of gift, acknowledgement, which will lead to your own emotional happiness. Okay, let's dig a bit deeper here. 2 of Swords wants to come out. Mm-hmm. 2 of Swords, the Hermit. Someone is really happy that they trusted their intuition because it was the right thing to do. 2 of Swords, the Hermit, and the 5 of Cups. This is a week of change for you. I'd say pay attention to number 5 and number 9. For some of you, number 2. These numbers will show up at important times. So analyze what you were thinking that time when it showed up, just before it, or what was on your mind throughout the day. It seems like someone is happy because they know that they have to make a decision, but instead of deciding there and now, they're going to take a moment to process it, to listen to their soul, what they want to do about it, and in that way they'll be able to avoid loss or disappointment. So it's quite tricky for pile number 4 the next week and a half. Recognize when you're in a situation where you're like, I kind of have to take a minute and stop here and see if there's actually some type of loss, or am I gaining something? And a lot of you, and I'm seeing 2 particular scenarios where you're going to notice that. It's going to happen, I'm seeing at least twice. Where at first you think, oh damn it, I can give you a very silly example, okay? A simple example where, say, you in the rush and you're tidying around your kitchen and you're about to put a soup back in the fridge and that soup spills all over you and you're like, damn it, I just got dressed up, I gotta leave. So you have to take extra time and change your clothes and tidy up, and by you being late, you might not know about this, but you might be avoiding some type of situation that you didn't have to be in the first place. So something is being delayed for you on purpose so that you can avoid something that you don't want. You know what I mean? What's going to be your challenge? Pile number 4, 7 of Spears. Being defensive is not going to be the best thing the next week. Would it be in arguments? Would it be building walls up with people? It's saying be as open as possible and look at everything from as wide of a perspective as possible, because some things might trigger you, but those things have to trigger you because It's almost like this is happening for your own good, but can you see it? Question mark. Can you see it? Because you're gonna have to see through things the next week, okay? Some things might not make sense at first, but just track it. You're coming out of a good side here. You are a winner. But this is a slippery slope. Those who will want to, push through and will be like, damn it, victim mode and all of that stuff, it might end up being a 5 of Cups situation. Okay, dwelling on something that isn't actually that bad. Okay, so that's gonna be, I think, your lesson for the next week and a half. But overall, count your blessings with that. That's what I'm seeing. Count your blessings. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Look how peaceful she is here. It's almost like she's thanking the spirit guides, the universe, the higher self for everything. All right. Who is the influential person the next week and a half? We've got Knight of Cups, Justice, and the Moon. Okay, what I want to say with this, it seems like you're gonna be, whoever this person is, they might not want to say something to you at first, because it's almost like a white lie. This is for your own good. You shouldn't know about this, or you shouldn't, figure this out just yet. And someone is gonna be very protective over you. And this is someone who's very caring. But it's not that they're not going to let you know about something. They're waiting for a right time. Now, I'm being quite particular here, right? So it might not apply to everyone. But overall, whoever this is a person full of love. And they're highly protective over you. They want peace as well as they want fairness. And sometimes people are better off not knowing certain things. Isn't that true? Because sometimes the information isn't as beneficial. It can be just causing unnecessary conflict. And the truth will come to light anyway, but maybe that time is not going to be the best time for it to come out. Maybe someone isn't ready. This doesn't have to be a big deal, right? It can be simple things. I feel like there is one more scenario here. Next important, person. We have Page of Spears. Okay, in other situation, what I'm seeing, yes, someone might not want to tell you something because there is some sort of surprise here. And others of you, I told you, they're very protective over you. We have Justice and the 3 of Swords over here, right? And the messenger is here. The pages are messengers. If I say something, if I bring this forward, someone's gonna get hurt. This isn't the right time. Another page is here. But this message will come out, and this information will come out whenever the time is right. What is that about? Maybe home environment, or someone that you used to live with, or someone who's close to home. Clarify the 3 of Swords. Queen of Cups. Yeah, because someone's heart is too pure for this information just yet, okay? And maybe someone is in a vulnerable situation right now, or they're very emotionally sensitive and it's just not the right time. Yeah, because the Tower would struck, and it's almost like the Tower isn't necessary just yet. The Hangman, you see? Postponed. Something is postponed here. Why is it secret? Why is that secretive? The Priestess, see? Secrets. Yeah, you know, I'm asking why is this so secretive? Now the High Priestess, take a look at this High Priestess. And I'm looking at the flames because someone's hands might be burned, literally. What is the good in this? What is here to be learned? Page of Swords. What is here to be learned? For some of you, I'd say watch out, because I'm keep jumping between scenarios. Watch out because, and the King of Swords, because someone might appear, but this is, it seems like it might be romantic. Someone might appear very sweet, very innocent, you know, I'm gonna give you my love, but truly, and I think this is the karmic situation, so for some people it's just normal to go through that. It's not that we can avoid situations like that at all times, but someone might come through as super sweet, and afterwards you figure out that this isn't someone, whoever this is, they probably were wearing a mask, or they portrayed themselves differently. See, they coming through as Knight of Cups at first, and we ending with Page of Swords and the King of Swords. Someone who's pretty cold. So maybe someone's behavior will change over time, and that might cause a Three of Swords here, and unexpected action, unexpected behavior. I didn't see them in this light. I didn't know that they were like this, and but it does feel like it's happening for a reason. There is a lesson behind this, because this is being hidden here. Okay, and what sometimes when I get, you know, the Moon and the High Priestess, and for example the Seven of Swords, when I'm asking a question, and I in personal readings sometimes, when I feel like this isn't the information that someone needs to know about, this has to happen quite organically in their life, I tend to say to people, I'm sorry, I cannot give you this answer because the cards are hiding the information from me, and there is always the reason for that, so that it can go with the flow naturally, and it can be the lessons have to be learned organically too, right? So that's what this reminds me of. And you know, it ties in very nicely here that your energy is the Two of Cups, because you will want to celebrate yourself more. I think after encountering something like this, you're gonna be like, oop, my focus is gonna be on me. Thank you very much. You know, that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, what will you have learned towards the end of the week and a half here? So we had Euphoria card saying honor yourself, right? That's your focus. And let's see what you will have learned. After these events. Okay, wow. Wow, too many cards, and I'm trying to hold them all. Wow, give me a minute. One on the floor. Oh, is it only one? Only one. We'll take that one. We have burned away the past, but I feel like there is one more card that's important. Pay attention to number 9. And we have Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? Self-focus, self-celebration here, burning away the past, something that I don't want to have in my life anymore, okay? I'm seeing someone burning old memories that are not beneficial anymore. But meanwhile, there has to be compassion when someone's, and from both sides, when someone's going through this transition. And I think this is gonna be a week where you're gonna be shown how to care for yourself a bit more and put yourself first. Literally, we talked about this. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? Before you do everything else. Maybe you are the pile where you give too much of yourself, and then you end up being drained or disappointed, you know, and you're like, damn it, again. It's saying pay attention to that, because these are your patterns. Okay, we are trying to teach you that. So you put yourself first. The more energy you have for yourself, this isn't selfish, the more energy you have for yourself, the more you can give to others, right? The more love you give to yourself, the more you have it for others. So It seems like it's a nice week for self-care, honestly, and there's a lot to be learned, and I think this is gonna be quite impactful. And tribe, thank you very much for coming to my channel and listening to me. Love you as always, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.